Hi, and hello. Welcome to another video, guys. This one's a little different than my normal ones. Usually I do like true crime content. If you're like from my actual channel, like one of my subscribers, I just wanted to make this video to talk about an experience I had when I was younger that I didn't really know what was going on during it, but afterwards I kind of realized what happened. So it's a little serious. I might like be joking and funny during it, but that's just who I am. I like to poke fun at things that have happened to me, but I want to tell this story because I don't know if other people have kind of experienced it. And you know, a lot of my videos, even the true crime ones, focus on kind of a moral of the story, and so I feel like this story has something to share. Otherwise I probably wouldn't be telling it. So I'm gonna be talking about the time that I feel like I went to fucking Disney Channel, TTI.
My name is Bella Thorne, and this is the story of the time I
was talking to someone who was 8 years older than me on the internet, which is never a great thing, especially when I was 15. So we're gonna kind of share that story right now. And in the title, I am gonna preface this right now. It may say something along the lines of groomed. It may say something along the lines of like inappropriate experiences. I don't really know what to call this because I'm not really sure what it was. Honestly, you guys can sound off in the comments below and just tell me like what you think happened. I don't really know how to explain it, but I thought I should, you know, share the story. So like if you were, you know, if you're a younger person on the internet, you might not make the same mistakes that I did. Okay, so yeah guys, I have notes on my phone because I wanted to make sure I hit every single point. Oh wait, also, I'm gonna spit out my gum really quick because I realize I talk like a valley girl when I have gum in my mouth. And I'm like talking, and I like snap a lot, like. So I'll just put that out really quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell the story. So basically back in 2017, I had a YouTube channel that I just thought would be really fun to have. I mean, I had loved YouTubers. I wanted to have my own channel, so I did like dumb tags, like the get to know me tag, just like things that no one cared to watch, but I was like, oh my god, this is gonna get me viral. So that was happening. But something that I was doing on the side of my YouTube channel was actually live streaming on the website YouNow. And basically, if you don't know what the website YouNow is, it was kind of like Twitch, I guess the equivalent. Twitch is like the new one, obviously, but YouNow was the old one. And you would basically go on live stream and you could talk to the audience in the chat. You'd basically be able to respond to people. You could see what they said and respond back to them. Okay. And a lot of people would go on this. I know like YouTubers like Shannon Rose, a couple drama channels would go on there. A lot of like Vine stars would also go on there, and like just like hot people. Like that was basically what they do. It was hot people would go on there and they'd make their money like that. So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go on. So it was not really successful on there, and I thought it would be a good way for people to go from my YouNow account to my YouTube account. I was like, oh, if they see my personality here, maybe they'll like it and they'll want to move to my YouTube. So I was like, this is a way to get subscribers. So while I was on there, you know, I would go on a couple times a week for like a few months, and then I kind of like stopped because I got weirded out, and this is one of the experiences that was just odd, so whatever. So basically, I was on one night, and I had been on for like an hour or two. It was literally like 11 o'clock at night, which for me back then was really late. It was like a Friday, it wasn't like awful, but I was very tired and I was just like, ugh. But then I noticed that this person had come in the chat, and you can see a little profile picture and their name. And when I saw their profile picture, I was like, oh, they look kind of cute. Like, I can't really tell, but they look good. Like, what's good? And they said, like, hey, what's up? Or like, oh my god, you're so funny. Like, you're funny AF. I was like, oh, thank you. And people in the chat were like really excited. They were like, oh my god, like, do you know who that is? I was like, no. They were like, this person was really famous on Vine. Like, they had a Vine like go really, really viral. I looked them up after the fact, and they had a lot of like Vine compilations on like YouTube and stuff. So like they were actually like well known. And so I was kind of excited. I was like, is this legit? Like, what is this? I went on Google and I Googled them, right, to see, and their Twitter popped up. So I clicked their Twitter, and it was verified, and it had 270,000 followers. I was like, oh my god, this is like legit. And I saw it, and like who follows this person, like Justin Bieber was there, Austin Mahone, like there's like a lot of like really well-known people that I had known. So I was like, oh my god, this guy is totally legit. So I stayed on the live stream. I did this like on my like computer, but I had my phone was still live streaming, so I was on the live stream still. I was like talking to them, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I was like, haha, like you should follow me back on Twitter. Just like trying to milk the situation for all it was worth, because I saw an opportunity and I was like, oh my god, like I wanna milk this for all it's worth. So I was like, oh, you should really follow me back on Twitter, like promote me or whatever. And he was like, okay. So he followed me back on Twitter actually, and I saw it and I was like, holy, like that's insane. So I eventually just got tired because, like I said, it was almost 12 o'clock and I was just like exhausted. Like I had a full day of school and I was just like done. So it was 12 o'clock and I was like, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, good night. And everyone said good night, including him. So he left. I was like, oh God. So I was about to go to bed, but I had gone on Twitter just to see, because I don't really use Twitter too often, but now I was like, oh my God, like he followed me, like I wanted to see if anything had happened. And something did. Also, by the way, guys, I am not saying who this is. If you find out who this is, I'm not sure. Like, don't say anything, because I like actually don't know the legal ramifications of what I'm doing by sharing this story. I don't really know if anything illegal took place. I mean, you'll see, whatever. Please do not find out who this is, or if you do know who this is, do not comment down below. I will probably delete it because it's just like I just don't want this person to get in trouble if they had no bad intentions, but like, it's a weird situation. You'll understand what I'm saying. So at 11:15 on February 23rd of 2018, this person said, hey. I was like, oh my God, hey. And I sent like 8 exclamation points. He was like, what's up? And then smiley face, do you want to text? I was like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, I said, so how do you want to text? Because he didn't respond the entire thing. And I was like, oh my God, like, am I getting fucking stood up? Like, I really wanted this to work because I thought like, oh my God, maybe if like, he likes me, we can, you know, do a collab or something. Maybe he can feature me on his Twitter or like just promote me in some way. Or maybe something else could happen. I don't really know. I asked like, so how do you want to text? And he sent over his iMessage and he said blank blank 95 at yahoo.com. And then I realized I probably didn't want to give this person my number because at the end of the day, yes, like I knew he was a Vine star, whatever you want to call him. I knew like he probably wouldn't murder me or like track me down or anything, but I still didn't want this person to have my number because, you know, God forbid it was somebody like not who they, you know, maybe it was some other person, I don't know, maybe somebody hacked into his like Twitter DMs, I don't really know. I was like nervous. I was like, oh, like maybe do you want to go to Snap? And he never said anything about that. And so I was like, okay, like I'll just text your number or whatever. The first red flag that I noticed, okay, well there are 2 red flags that I immediately noticed. The first one was that he didn't give me his number, which I thought was kind of weird. I mean, he gave me an iMessage, like iCloud email, so we could still like iMessage, but I was like, oh, like why don't you trust me enough to give you, you know, you have my number, why can't I have yours? And I get maybe he was like, oh, I'm a Vine star, but like, Vine was, at this point, 2018, Vine was like kind of dead, so like no one really knew who these people were. I was like, I really, really doubt people would want your number, but I mean, okay. But that was kind of the first red flag. I was like, okay, why not give me your number? And the second thing was, I saw that he had 95 in his email, and I was like, wait a second. I was doing some math in my head. I was born in 2002, which makes me, at this point, I was 15 when I was texting this person. If they were born in 95, and I did end up going on famous birthdays and looking up their birthday, this makes this person 23 to 24, like that age group, which makes them 8 to 9 years older than me.
Child, anyways.
Not only were they 8 to 9 years older, I was a minor. I was 15. I wasn't even 16, which is the legal age of consent where I'm from, but I was literally 15. So, like, I don't know if he necessarily knew this, but, like, you saw my face back then. I'll try to put a picture up here of, like, what I looked like. Like, I didn't look super old. So I was like, this is kind of weird. But I didn't think anything of it because I was like, number one, I mean, the worst that comes out of this is that, like, nothing happens, whatever. And the best that comes out of this is maybe he promotes me or we do a collab or something. Something stupid like that. So we moved to iMessage. I obviously texted first and I said, hey, by the way, this is Dante. He said, hey, what's up? With, like, a emoji. I was like, okay, whatever. I go, nothing much, haha, like, trying to be all quirky because I was like, because I realized, like, he was older. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, I have to act cool because he's older. And I go, just setting up for my brother's party. And they go, you probably didn't need to know that, lol. And he was like, ah, are you like extreme decorating? Haha, that's actually cool. I didn't know you had a brother. I was like, when I first read that, I was like, how would you know? You don't know me. Like, I'm a literal random kid on the internet. Like, how would you know that? Like, he's acting like we've been friends for like years. And like, he was like, oh my God, you had a brother? I didn't know. Like, that's so weird. I'm like, how would you know that? And I go, yeah, haha, well, kinda. We're doing like an escape room type thing. So we were doing like an escape room birthday party for my brother. It was cool. He goes, awesome, seems interesting. And then he goes, well, I'm bored. That was like 3 minutes after I didn't respond. And I was like, okay. Now I'm like literally thinking about that. I'm like, why would he even say, well, I'm bored? Maybe he's trying to be quirky, or maybe he, I don't know, usually when guys hit me up now and they say I'm bored, it usually means they want a certain picture. So they want something from me, and I guess, I don't know. And I said I'm bored too, lol. I don't think he picked up, I don't think I picked up because I was 15, like I didn't really know what he was referencing. I think that he was referencing for me to send some pictures to him or try to entertain him in that way. Maybe I'm just speculating, but kind of seems a little weird. And when I didn't provide that, he just stopped responding to me for that night. But I was also curious and I wanted validation, so I said, do you text a bunch of people that you meet online or just a select few? Haha. Because honestly, I wanted to know, like, it's not every day that like a celebrity or like an influencer adds you. So I was trying to like understand his motivation, because like it's not common for, you know, somebody who has like a large audience, and he did. I mean, he had like 250,000 followers on Twitter. Like, that's no joke. Like, you can't really, because you can buy that, but I really believe this. And he had a famous birthday, so everything seemed to check out. So I was just wondering like what he was, like what his intentions were for me. You know what I mean? Like, did he want friends? Did he want relationship? Did he want pictures? Like, I don't know. So I was just trying to like uncover. So he said just a few, haha. I go, oh, how do you pick who you talk to? Because there must be like a lot. And I was just wondering, like, I was just trying to do some research. I think even at 15, I knew something about this situation was weird. So I was trying to like uncover like what was going on, like why me? And so he said, people I see that is unique and cool and I know isn't going to annoy me, haha. I have so many people that ask for my number and stuff, but I'm personal, lol. I think he was trying to compliment me here. I mean, it was compliments, saying I'm unique and cool and I know won't annoy him. Obviously, like, he wanted to compliment me, I think, so I would feel like comfortable. And this is when I start saying grooming, and I start like, when I was looking back, this is messages that I go back to and I think. Okay guys, so I just wanted to jump in super quick. So I use the word grooming here, which I don't take like very lightly. Like, that's a very serious accusation. And I'm not going to accuse him of being a child groomer because I simply don't have enough evidence. But I will say that this very well could have been an example of grooming. And according to the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, grooming is defined as when someone builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with a child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. So that is the reason why I use the word grooming in this scenario, because by giving me compliments, he's trying to build up my self-esteem, but that would rely on his compliments. So it's kind of building a relationship between us and building trust, because obviously you're going to trust people who compliment you because you want to think those things are true. So that is why I think for me this was a huge red flag. When I was looking back, obviously, to make this video, I saw that this could have been a huge thing. Like, obviously it's okay to compliment people, but when you're 8 years older talking about a 15-year-old, you know what I mean? So that's, just wanted to add that in. Let's just like paint the picture. I was 15. He was 24. 23, 24. I'll like double check and I'll like make sure I get the age right in the video. But I know he was one of those ages. So it just seemed like maybe he could tell that I was like, I don't know, like a lot of people that are like predators choose people that they know are insecure. And I know at this point, I mean, you can see like, how do you, like, I was asking because I wanted the validation of knowing, like, oh, why did you choose me? Like, what made me special? And he told me exactly what I wanted to hear. You're unique, you're cool, and I know you're not annoying. Like, obviously someone who's insecure is going to want to hear you're special and you're not annoying. Like, I really, like talking to you. So, like, I think he was just, like, trying to tell me what I wanted to hear so that I would maybe perform for him or do what he wanted. I don't really know. But he asked, so how's the birthday? And I said, really? Because I was just like, really, like, you think I'm special, like, unique, all these things, like, wow, like, you're famous, like, you care about me. I was like, and then I go, I was really surprised at first when you said to text you, but I'm like, he's probably chill. And B-Day's Great just posted a pic. And I said that because I wanted him to follow me on Instagram, because as I said, I was using this to get clout. Like, I literally, like, as much as I think he was trying to use me, I was also trying to, like, get shit from him. Like, I wanted the audience that he had, so I was like, oh my god, you should follow me on Insta. And so he said, cool, I want to see. I said, follow me on Insta, and I dropped my Insta. And then I go, ignore that I look oily AF, because I was trying to, like, I don't know, I was just insecure, and I was like... And then I sent my user, and I was like, that's my user if you want to follow, and, like, he never did. I ended up looking him up on Instagram, and I don't know if he actually had an account, which I thought was weird. That was another red flag. I was like, well, if you're, like, an influencer and you have, like, a lot of followers on Twitter, why did your Instagram only have, like, 10K or, like, no followers? Like, it didn't really make sense to me, so I was like, that's weird. And then a week went by, and I was like, oh, I guess he's just ignoring me. I was like, oh, maybe... I don't know, maybe he realized I wasn't going to put out. Maybe he realized I was trying to be, like, wholesome in the chat. I don't know. And I said, hey, what's up? I'm bored. And he said, hey, with a bunch of Ys. And they go, literally just spent my day, or I say literally just spent majority of my day editing a video and finally got it up. I'm so happy right now because, you know, I was really excited to be doing YouTube at that time. That's what I was doing then. And he said, what kind of video? Haha. And he sent a bunch of tongues out. And then I was like, oh my god, you should start doing YouTube again though. So much fun. And I was just trying to get him to start up his YouTube channel again because I was like, oh my god, like, get like a bunch of followers and then like bring me on there so I can get followers. Like, I was literally using him, I guess, as much as he was using me, which is bad, but I think we were using each other in very different ways. I think I was just using him to like get more followers, which I mean, whatever, it's fair. And then I think he was using me for something else. And then he said, I'm actually considering it, haha. No, and then I said we should collab. And then he was like, and then I was like, no, but like for real, we should. And they said, oh my god, for sure, like send me some ideas. So I was like, cool. And I was just trying to like talk to him and like get him excited again. I don't know, because he like wasn't really doing anything. Like I was trying to look it up, but he was kind of just like not doing anything. Like I tried to find out what he was doing. Like he wasn't getting any brand deals like at this point, because this was 2018. So Vine had been like done for a long time at this point. So I was like, that's weird. But he was like, yeah, I'm so excited. Like I'm so excited with everything going on. Like, bro, like I'm so happy. I was like, okay, cool. Because I just don't think he had a lot going on in his life, which is kind of sad and like mean to say. But like in all fairness, like he really didn't. Like I'm not like making this up. I'm not lying. Like he genuinely didn't have a lot going for him. Like I don't think he had a real job. I don't think he was making residual income from Vine. I mean, it's not like his Twitter is blowing up. He gets like 200 likes now on a tweet when he has 200,000 followers. And since, by the way, since 2018 when we started talking, he's only lost like 60 to 70, or not only, but he's lost like 50 to 60,000 followers. So after this, I was like, haha, good, maybe I'll go viral. And then I was like, fingers crossed, just trying to like, whatever, be like, quirky, whatever, haha. And then I guess he just didn't respond to me. And this is the part where I'm like, maybe he wasn't grooming me. Maybe he was just like trying to be nice, and that's like, you know, what happened. Maybe he was trying to be a mentor to me. I really don't know what his intentions were talking to a 15-year-old, but I mean, I was kind of upset that he stopped talking to me back then. I was especially, you know, I was like, oh my god, what did I do wrong? Especially because I was very insecure back then. I was like, what did I do? Oh my god. So a year later, literally a year almost to the date, I think I was with my friends and I was like, oh my god, this guy like hit me up that was like famous. Like I bet I can text him right now and get him to respond. And he did. I said, hey, long time no talk. And he said, who's this? Question mark. And I said, I was from you now, haha, probably very loud and annoying. And he said, Luke Corns? Question mark. And I was like, number one, he didn't remember me, which means I probably wasn't even in his contacts. And number two, we thought I was some other bitch. Are you kidding me? So like, I'm like, okay, I wasn't even that special, whatever. Kind of feelings hurt, whatever. And they said, LMAO, no Dante. And I said, it was like last year. I don't know. I just saw you in my contacts and got bored. And he said, cool, send me a selfie. I said, okay. So I sent my picture and he goes, aw, you're cute. So this is where I knew that like the sexual component was definitely there. I like how I explained that, so I'm gonna re-explain it really quickly. Basically, the reason why this was such like an important aspect of the puzzle, I guess, to like understanding if I was, you know, if his motives were not really pure with me, was that if you send somebody a picture trying to remember who they were, you would think the very first thing they would say is, oh, I remember you. Why was the first thing he said, oh, you're cute? Unless the reason that he was talking to me even back then, or the reason he would talk to anybody back then, was because he wanted to do something with them. So if he's going to say, oh, you're cute, that implies like, oh, then, you know, then he's interested. Which, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. It's just on your cute, and I go, thanks, LOL, I didn't know you were even into guys, because he had never at any point said anything. So that's what I'm telling you, like, that's how naive I was. I didn't even know that there was a chance that he would be, like, interested like that. So I really did not see this as, like, a grooming thing. I was like, oh my god, he just wants to be friends, like, he thinks I'm funny, whatever. And then he said, are you 18? So obviously, I mean, at least he knew to look that I was 18, but, like, whatever. I mean, clearly we know where this relationship is going, whatever. I said 17, but I live in a state where 16 is the legal age. And I think I was actually lying because... Yeah, I was lying. I was actually just 16, but I said I was 17, I think, because I didn't want to scare him away. Because I knew the age was weird. See, this is when the second time I went back, I like knew the age was kind of weird. I said, is that okay with you? He said, yeah, where you live. And then he said, yes, babe, like, it's good with me. So clearly, yes. I can't even say enough, like, the sexual component is so real. And then I said New York, which actually is wrong. The age of consent in New York is actually 17, so I was completely wrong when I said that, but I didn't want to tell him where I'm really from because I was, like, scared. I don't know. I just was whatever. And then this is when I started to kind of think that something was a little off, and I was like, maybe he's not who he says he is. And I was like, something is weird. So I said, can you send me some pics of you on here just to make sure you're real? Or send a voice memo or something, just so I would know, like, the person that I'm talking to is the person that I thought this was, like, the celebrity. Or the, not really celebrity, but, like, Vine star or whatever. And I go, not trying to get up on MTV Catfish. And then he sent me a picture. But it was weird because it wasn't like a picture like it wasn't like a picture like just taken right now. It was a picture from like that they had taken like professional, not like a professional photo, but like you had taken like somebody had taken you like of you on the camera. It was like an Instagram post basically. And the weird thing is that it said the person's name at the bottom and 4 minutes. So something about this felt super weird. So it basically felt like this was a screenshot off of like Instagram, which exactly, like you're getting icky vibes too, right? And I go, wait, do you have Snap? And then I go, we should talk there because it's hard to text. I know personally I'm a dry texter, so I was like, let's go Snapchat because I can easily Snapchat. And then I go, okay, snap me or not, LOL, up to you. And then he did. We did Snap for a little bit, and when I asked for more pictures, because I was like, I'm still not even sure you're a real person. So we actually did Snapchat for a little bit, but when I asked for more pictures, he just sent like the same type of pictures where it's like somebody took them and you can't really prove that they were taken in that moment, you know what I mean? So again, I kind of just got weird vibes, and so this is when I finally decided to end things. I was like, you know what, I'm vowing to myself that I'm never going to reach out again because it's weird and I don't really want to do that. And also, at this time in 2019, I was 16, 17, so I started to kind of mature a little bit and realize like online safety is really real and important. And that's when I kind of started to realize like, this is weird. Like I should not have been talking to this person. Like that's not really an okay thing that happened. And so I think that's what I learned from this situation is don't always trust someone just because you think they have a large online following, and I can't stress that enough. I don't know what my audience demographic is. I don't know if I have under 18. I don't really know. I can't really tell because I have such a small audience. But if you're seeing this video and you made it this far, number one, thank you. And number two, please, please do not talk to strangers on the internet. No matter if they have a following or not, you don't know someone's intentions. I was a 15-year-old talking to a 23 to 24-year-old, and I literally had no idea what they wanted from me. And even if they just wanted to be my friend, that is not a friendship that should exist. You know what I mean? That's not okay. It's not like a family relationship where like, yeah, maybe your brother's a couple years older than you, whatever, you hang out, that's different. This is not something that was okay. And it's not, I didn't realize that because I was like, oh, like they're a 25-year-old or they're an adult, like they would never want to hurt me, a kid. And I was like, well, if I'm okay with it, then they should be okay with it, right? Because I'm 15. But at the end of the day, you have to realize like, that's not an okay relationship, and that's something I didn't even know until, you know, I had gotten a little older, because I was like, that wasn't okay. Like, I was a kid and I was kind of manipulated, I think, a little bit. And obviously, I'm not gonna lie, like, he never, like, sent me inappropriate pictures, he never asked for anything inappropriate, but I think that's because you could just tell, like, I wasn't gonna do it, because I would never have, like, I'm not the type of person to do that. So I was like, you know, I think he kind of realized, like, you're not gonna get anywhere with me, and then he stopped. But there are people out there that, you know, for the right TikTok star, maybe would send something, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video too, is like, a lot of people are coming out about TikTokers saying like, yeah, like they hit me up, I'm 15, they're 19, and that's not okay. And I'm like, well, they were 23 and I was 15, so that's why I think this story is super important, and not a lot of guys come forward and share their story, so I wanted to share mine and just kind of tell what happened. So yeah, guys, this is my story. This is the time that I was something, I don't really know what to say this was, I guess. Inappropriate relationship with an adult, potential grooming, I don't know. But yeah, that is my story, guys. Also, please, as I said earlier, do not look for who I'm talking about, because I don't want anyone to get this person in trouble, because as I said before, and I'll say it again, I don't know what their intentions were, and although their intentions could have been really, really bad, it also could have just been, let me mentor this person, let me help them. So that is, you know, something that I want to talk about, because I don't know. And if maybe there was an investigation, they had done this to other kids, then yeah, maybe they should be in jail for what they did, because they might have wanted bad things for me and, you know, had bad intentions with me, but I can't know that for sure. But I wanted to share this story to show, like, you should never talk to somebody who's that much older than you online that you don't know. No matter if they're a celebrity, no matter if they have a lot of followers, because, you know, when you're in the DMs, you're not safe from anybody. So yeah, guys, that is my story. Yeah. So I'm gonna peace out. My next video will be true crime. I just wanted to kind of take a little break and do a little story time. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, because it lets me know, like, you guys want more story times, or don't, or thumbs down, because I don't know, like, oh, you really didn't enjoy the story and it was pointless and I will never do the one again. I'm sorry. But yeah, and guys, by the way, I started linking my socials down below, so if you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, wherever, I'll be tweeting out, like, when I make new videos, maybe ideas for stuff. Just let me know, like, if, you know, maybe there's a case that you guys want to vote on, I'll let you vote down there. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. Deuces.